So, in this video, I'm going to talk about how there is no such thing as inherent negativity. There is no inherent negativity. So, when you were 5 years old, when you were real young, right? You didn't have any of those thoughts in your head talking about, oh, I'm too ugly, oh, I can't get with this girl because I'm not good enough for her, I'm not good enough in general, all these things. The thoughts are not you. Your thoughts are just a collection of data that you've gathered since the moment you were born. And, thoughts are not stored, they're accessed by your brain. And so, depending on what thought you're thinking about in the morning, or not in the morning, in the moment. I mean, the morning is a moment, but not this moment. The thought you're thinking about in the moment is basically whatever your perspective is. Like, it will become your perspective. So, I'll give you an example. Let's say you walk into a room full of people. Two scenarios. First scenario, walk into a room full of people, they're all staring at you, right? So, you get all insecure and you're like, oh, what's wrong with me? Why are they all staring at me? You get all awkward and scared and insecure, embarrassed. But, second scenario, same thing happens. You walk into that room full of people, and then they're all staring at you, but instead, you're like, you know what? Oh, staring at me, I must look so good if they're staring at me, like, and you just start doing your thing, dancing, bust a little move or something, because you don't care about the judgment of those people. You are not seeking those people's validation, right? So, how do we stop what we deem as the inherent negativity, even though there is no inherent negativity? Well, first of all, we have to realize that the thoughts are not us. We are not our own thoughts. Remember, your thoughts are just the data you've collected over time since the moment you were born. And your brain just accesses them at any given moment. But if you get a thought, for example, I'm ugly, and then you identify with that thought, taking it on as your own, as if it's you, it will mold into your perspective. So let's say you're walking on the sidewalk, right? All of a sudden, wow, today's such a horrible day. This happened, da-da-da. And then, something else bad happens, like, I don't know, a bird just flies by and then it poops on your head, right? And you get all even more flustered. Oh, today's the worst day of my entire life, right? Then, second scenario, you're walking on the sidewalk, you get that thought in your head, but you just keep walking. You don't pay it any mind, and you just let it move the way it wants to move without you interfering and without you resisting, because whatever you resist persists. So let me say that one more time. Whatever you resist persists. So, what does that mean? Basically, if you get a thought in your head and then you resist that thought, it's basically, imagine it as I heard this example the other day. Imagine it as Gremlins, right? If any of you've seen the movie Gremlins, right? There's a little cute one, But then, at a certain time at night, put water on it, 3 more pop out and they're all evil. That's the same way thoughts work. One gets in your head, you resist it, you've watered that thought now. And now 3 more bad thoughts came. And then those produce more and more and more until eventually it overwhelms you. And that is when, you have a breakdown, depression, anxiety, all these other bad things, right? So, second scenario, you're walking down that same sidewalk, you keep moving forward, that same bird comes and poops on your head. And you just keep moving forward, you go to the nearest bathroom, wash it off, whatever. And you're just okay, keep moving on with my day. You can't let anything stop you, because remember, the bitch in you is always lurking, meaning it's always, these bad negative thoughts are always waiting for you to give up. So they're always waiting for you to be all vulnerable and weak. No, you gotta stay jacked. You gotta understand and be aware of your mind and, the thoughts that come into your mind, and that they're not you, and just to keep moving forward. Now, I'm saying this, and you might be thinking, oh, he's arrogant. It's not that easy. I understand it's not easy. It's actually one of the hardest things to learn how to do. Most people don't, learn these things till they're real old, okay? But what can you do? You can actively practice this every single day. You're trying to better yourself every single day, to keep moving forward. And even when you do have those setbacks, to keep moving forward after that, right? Because it's not about the setback, it's how you get up after the setback, right? It's how you keep moving forward and, keep living up to your potential, because we only live once. So why not live this life to the fullest? Why not truly enjoy it? Why not do what you want to do with no insistence on the outcome, and actually, go out there and enjoy life and not expect anything from what you're doing, and just to do it because you genuinely enjoy it, right? So do with that information as you will. I'm just spreading some more wisdom, trying to, show you different perspective, because the only false perspective is the perspective that your perspective is the only perspective. So keep that in mind. As I always say, stay jacked. And I'll see you in the next one.